Laura here, and today we are going to be going through a short spine corrector flow. We are going to be doing the arm series, inverted arm series on the spine corrector. So this is a really great series to help with postural goals, to help with shoulder mobility for people that have tech neck, or even sometimes people that experience migraines, depending on your client. For me personally, as a runner, I really love doing these inverted arm series because as I'm training for some of those longer distances, I just noticed that my form and my shoulders starts to scrunch forward a little bit more. And even too, as I'm working on my power, on my speed, I just noticed I hold a little bit of tightness in my upper shoulders. So it's really great to have this for some of your endurance athletes like runners, cyclists, things like that. It's just a really diverse tool, and this series is just really applicable to everyone, from whether you're someone that has a lot of active hobbies or whether you're someone that's experiencing tech neck. So let's go ahead and get started with this. You can use light weights. I would recommend 1 pound or 2 pound weights. And we are going to go ahead and get started seated on the lip side of the barrel. I'm going to be using my hand weights. You can do this without hand weights, or you can do them with hand weights. So I just have my hand weights into possession here. I don't have them on quite yet because I want to have myself at the lip of my spine corrector, and then I'm slowly just going to descend myself downwards towards my corrector. When I go to lay down on it, I want to have the tops of my shoulders kind of at that apex or at that tip of the barrel so that my head can go in this inverted upside down-ish position. Then from here, you can either grab hand weights, or I'm going to put my hand weights on like I have little mittens on. And then once you have your hand weights into possession, reach your arms upwards towards the sky. I like to adjust my tailbone so it's really at that lip, that edge of my surface, but that's going to depend on people's heights. Legs can either go together, or you can keep the legs hip width apart. For me, together is going to help me to keep my pelvis steady as my arms are moving, and just helps me connect to my midline, my lower core. So from here, both arms reaching back first, our double arm reach. We're going to lift the arms back. As they go back, think about trying to melt your ribs into the mat a little bit more downwards. And then exhale, the hands come downwards towards your hips. We want to think about chest expansion as the chest bone opens. Inhale as you reach up and over. The stomach pulls in. You want to be mindful of not flaring the rib cage upwards towards the sky. So I almost imagine trying to give myself a little bit of a tailbone tuck. And then exhale, those hands come down. I like to do this movement to my breath, trying to work my arms together in unison, and just notice if I feel one side of my shoulder or my back start to feel heavier on my corrector, because I'm really trying to keep the rectangle of my torso square to the rectangle of my ceiling. For me personally, I know I have a little bit of right hip tightness, so I just have to be mindful of keeping my right hip away from my rib, away from my shoulder as I overhead reach. So that's what I'm being super conscious of right now. After you've done about 5 to 8, we're gonna meet with those hands upwards vertical to the ceiling. Once your hands are vertical to the ceiling, see if you need to give your shoulders a little bit more space. See if you can stretch that head a little bit longer along the barrel. We're gonna go into our hug. I like to keep my arms straight for this one. And I'm gonna go straight arms reaching outwards towards the side. Think about going long ways more than going to the ground. And then exhale, pull the hands back upwards towards the ceiling. You inhale, stretch longer. That's going to help to keep you away from just dropping the hands down and keep those shoulders protected. And then exhale, stomach pulls in deeper, your hands come up to the sky. Someone's pulling on your arms and they're going wide, wide, wide to the side. Try to open up that chest bone laterally, long collarbones. Exhale, you pull right back in and up. As those arms drop down, once again, check in with your torso. Are you swaying from side to side on your spine corrector? That's why I like to squeeze my legs together, connecting into my midline to help me keep my torso, my box square. Once again, going for the 5 to 8. And then on the next time that we're down, we're gonna go into our snow angels. So your hands stay open to the side, palms facing up. Pull those hands downwards towards your hips, and then up and overhead as much as you can, being able to support your weight. So this one, sometimes hands are just enough. Your bone, your skeletal system has weights. So this might be one where you need to drop those hand weights to keep tension, to keep pinching out from the front of your shoulder. We want to try to keep those shoulder heads away from rolling forward. So I really think about trying to wrap my shoulder down into my back as it comes backwards and up overhead. It's not stuck there. Your shoulder blades are malleable. It's working like a windshield wiper right now. But I just try to be a little bit more aware of it as I take my arm overhead, because that's where I see the tendency for people to want to round their shoulders forward. And then if it feels good to you, we're going to take this into arm circles. Your arms go forward towards your hips and then wide overhead into the snow angels. Forward and up like a rainbow to your hips. Turn the palms to the sky as we snow angel. And then your palms will naturally face the ground when you go to pull them downwards towards your hips. Flip them, palms up, holding an apple to go up overhead. Exhale, hands come back down. One more time this direction, flip the palms, we go up and overhead. Exhale, hands come forward and downwards towards the hips. And now we're gonna switch direction. Hands come up and overhead. Belly and ribs in. You're holding that apple. Open out into that snow angel position. Flip the wrists. We go up and overhead. So the arm circles, I have the tendency to do about 5 or 6 in each direction. For me, with my inner thighs squeezing, I can tell that my inner thighs are really working to stabilize me here. Especially as my hands go to turn the corner around the bend. You can also put a prop between your legs too. If you're feeling a lot with those legs together, having a hard time keeping them together, you notice they're trying to shy away, go ahead and put a ball or a block there. One more time here. When your hands end at your hips, go ahead and put those hand weights into your hip pockets. Take your hands back behind your head to support your head, cradle your head. And then on an exhale, we're gonna tuck our chin to our chest. Exhale, chin to chest, you tuck up. Ooh, I got stuck on my hair. We're gonna walk up to a seated position, rock up to a seated position, excuse me. And then from here, put your hand weights to the side. You can scoot yourself back into the lip of your spine corrector. Hip width apart or legs together. Here I like to go hip width. If you want, you can have that prop to help enhance a little bit more of that inner thigh work if you would like it. And then we're just gonna close out with some rollbacks just to counter stretch the spine. Hands go forward, tuck the stomach, pull the stomach back as you start to tuck the tailbone back. As you go backwards, keep your butt bones heavy into the earth, drape that head back, big arm reach, arm circles like we did before, chin to chest. We come up, sit up. 2 more times. Round the spine. So here, this tucking of the tailbone, this curling of the spine is your counter stretch. Then we go down into that extension of your upper back. Try to keep your hips heavy into the lip. Hands open. Tuck your chin to your chest. Exhale, bring it back up. A little vibration for me. And then from here, one more time. Round the stomach backwards. Your stomach pulls in, articulating that spine, melting down inch by inch. Feel that tailbone heavy as you go to reach those arms overhead. We take the arms around, exhale, pull that stomach in as you come on up. And then from here, you are all set. Thank you so much for joining me in this Spine Corrector arm series. It's, like I said, one of my favorite things to do for me personally after I finish a long run or after I finish a speed day for my runs. And it's something that I love to give to my clients, a wide breadth of clients. So my clients that are techies on the computer, my clients that are researchers, hikers with their backpacks that tend to have their rounded shoulders, my runners, cyclists. benefits so many different types of people. So I hope that you enjoyed going through this spine corrector arm series. And if you were doing this for you yourself, I hope you enjoy this guided session of the arm series. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It lets me know that you would like to see more videos like this, especially videos with the equipment, because I don't really do very much. But if you want to see more of it, let me know in the comments below what equipment you would like to see in future videos so that I can incorporate it in, whether it's more spine corrector, reformer, ladder barrel, whatever it is, name it, and what you're curious to see more of. And if you're not already subscribed to my video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so that we can continue to get stronger together. I'm Laura, certified personal trainer and Pilates instructor. Have a good one.